Xin chào mọi người. I'm Stuart Mykowski and this is season 2 of CGV's Home Cooking, episode 4. And today we're doing something a little bit special with this ingredient. Of course, it's chicken. But in the UK, sometimes chicken dishes can be quite simple. We usually roast it for 1 or 2 hours, eat it with potatoes. You know, it's nice, but it's not quite like Vietnam. In Vietnam, you can make many dishes like phở gà, cơm gà, and today, Mì Quảng. So these are my ingredients today to make Mì Quảng. Mì Quảng, Mì Quảng, Mì Quảng. Mì Quảng is a dish from central Vietnam, and I must admit that I've never cooked this dish before, and I've only eaten it once. So today is going to be a real challenge. But we're going to start at the beginning, obviously, and the first step is to wash chicken. Now that we have washed the chicken, we're going to debone it. So we're going to use the bones in a chicken broth, and then we're going to use the meat to marinate and then fry. We've got half a chicken today, and we're just going to separate the leg. And then we're going to remove the breast. Just find where the spine is. I'm just going to cut along. So you need a nice sharp knife for this. I'm just going to gently prise away the meat from the bone. And you can even use your hands just to separate the meat. So there's your breast meat, there's your carcass. And what we can do is we can also pop the wing off as well. So just break it there at the joint, and then cut through the skin, cut where the joint is, through the tendon, pull it off, and there's your wing. So now we can put this into some boiling water, and then we can make a broth. So now that we've separated the meat from the bones, we've got a lovely chicken breast here, and we've got a nice chicken leg. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate the meat from the chicken leg. So I've made a cut down the bone and around it to debone it, and then with a sharp knife, slowly separating it. I have to admit, deboning chickens is not my best talent in the world, but practice makes perfect. God. All the butchers, please leave comments down in the section below with why I'm doing this so badly. Okay, done. Now that we've got the leg meat, we can then slice the meat. We can remove the skin, about pieces about this size, about 2 centimeters thick. So we have our chicken meat, we have our chicken bones, we're going to make a broth, and then we're going to marinate the chicken. So to make the broth, I have about 1 liter of water, which is about 700 milliliters of fresh water and 300 milliliters of coconut water. And I'm just going to pour in the coconut water. And then using the chicken bones, we're just going to place those in. And then just to that broth, we're going to add 2 halves of a very small onion. We're going to bring it to the boil, and then we're going to let it simmer for about 2 hours. Okay, it's prawn time. So we're just going to take the heads off the prawns, and we're going to put them in the bowl, and then we're going to marinate them the same as we marinate the chicken. Squeeze the head off. Not a lot of people like doing this. I think it takes a bit of getting used to taking the heads off prawns, not least because your hands kind of start to smell afterwards. But it's fine, if you wash your hands in lemon water, then it does remove the smell. Okay, so the next step is to boil the eggs. So what we're going to do is we're going to do kind of like a Japanese style of boiled egg. I know it's not traditional for Mì Quảng, but it's my recipe today. So we'll start off by bringing the water to a boil, and then we'll put the eggs in nice and quickly, and we'll set the timer to 6 minutes. So we've got 7 seconds left. We're going to count down, and then we're going to take the eggs out. So as soon as it goes, now it's time. Remove the eggs from the boiling water into your ice water, and that will stop the cooking. Make sure those eggs cool really quickly. If you don't have enough ice, or if the water isn't cold enough, then just run it under the sink until the eggs are at a temperature that you can touch. Okay, Time to de-shell the eggs. So a cool little trick that I learned is that when you've got the eggs, they're completely cool now. Give them a tap on the table all the way around, just to loosen the shell there, and then put them into cold water. And after about 5 minutes, they're going to be super easy to peel. So two-handed. It's like stomp. Our eggs have been soaking, and as you can see, hopefully, it's going to be super easy to peel that skin off. Easy. What it looks like inside. Oh yeah, nice and runny. So the next step is to marinate the meat. One sec. Okay, got it. Let's do about this much garlic. We don't want to waste it. Fish sauce. Let's do about, doesn't say, so let's do about three tablespoons. 2, 3, some pepper, shake that in, maybe about 1 teaspoon, half a teaspoon. A little bit of chicken seasoning. And of course, the most important thing, well, one of the most important things in Mì Quảng, turmeric. So about half a tablespoon in each. Then we're going to give them a good mix. We're going to leave them to marinate for about 20 minutes. Thank you, recipe. We're going to try and just filter off the broth from the bones. We've boiled the chicken for about 40 minutes. You can do it up to 2 hours. The longer that you do it, the tastier it's going to be. Time for the real show. We're going to take annatto oil, about 2 dessert spoons full. See, now I know that I've been in Vietnam a long time, where I can cook with chopsticks. First, we're going to fry off the onions. So we've got medium-high heat, and we're just going to fry those off until they're fragrant. We're going to add the prawns. Whew, crying again from the onions. So we're going to cook these down for a little longer than usual. We want them to kind of be shrinking away from their shells, like just a little bit. But be sure to control the temperature, don't burn anything. So that is smelling amazing. You know, sometimes you just get a bit bored, feel like you need a bit of a dance. Dance for the views. Maybe comment in the section below with what you think my dancing is like. Okay, caramelizing super nice. Okay, I'll turn the temperature down just a little bit. And I like the look of those, so we're going to remove those. And then we're going to add the chicken. So we're going to stir fry this until it's nice and brown. And then we're going to start adding the chicken stock. So again, just constantly stirring, making sure nothing's burning, because nobody likes a burnt Mì Quảng. So making this recipe today, it'll be interesting to see if our guest likes it or not. I mean, if I get anything above a 6, I think that's pretty good going, if I've never made it before. So we're going to start adding the broth. Adding about 3 ladles full, and each time we're going to mix it, bring it to the boil, and then we're going to cook it down and reduce it. And we're just going to keep doing that until all of this is gone and it's a really thick, delicious gravy. See, all I can do, I can't get that song out of my head from episode 1. For the last few weeks I've just been singing, shake it off, oh. Taylor Swift, if you're watching this, which obviously you are, CGV, hit me up for a collab. So, I blanched the noodles. They were a little bit soft when we bought them, but we've just dunked them again in hot water just for about 2 minutes. So I'm going to drain these and then they're ready to be served. We'll just shake all the water off, shake it off. Make sure all the water's gone. We're now left with this very nice, delicious gravy. Sort of a soup, kind of a gravy. And our chicken is really nicely cooked and soft. So we're ready to plate everything up. So we've got the blanched noodles here. I just ran them in a little bit of cold water just to make sure they don't stick. Divide these in two, hopefully fairly evenly. We have some banana blossom, a little bit of bean sprouts, and a little bit of mint just on the side. One more for good luck. Gonna take our prawns, we'll just layer those on top. Oh, this is smelling amazing. I don't know if it's right, but it tastes good. Time for the chicken. So we'll go for another 3 pieces of chicken. Just smells incredible. So 3 pieces of that. And then we're going to take 1 egg each. Hopefully they're just the same as the ones that I made earlier. Oh, perfect. Look at that. I think the Japanese will be proud of me. Perfect again. See, it works every single time. Taking some of the broth and a spoon that we have somewhere. We don't want to put too much of the broth in. We just want to fill it about halfway. So if you've got a bigger spoon, I advise using a bigger spoon. Ladle it, I suppose, spoon it over the noodles, over the chicken. We're going to top with some roasted peanuts, a little bit of chopped spring onion, and finally, one of the most important elements, which is a bánh đa. So we'll split it in half again, maybe half one more time, get some decent pieces. We'll put it like that. And that is my Mì Quảng. Now that we've finished making my Mì Quảng của stew, it's time to invite our guest for this week, who is Bảo Bảo from Càn Quét Sài Gòn. What?
Oh, hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you for inviting me.
You're welcome.
Yes. Hello mọi người, mình là Bảo Bảo. Hiện tại thì mình đang là một content creator chuyên về mảng food và travel.
Hôm nay anh không nói tiếng Việt tốt quá, nhưng em nói tiếng Anh tốt hơn. Nhưng hôm nay chúng ta sẽ nói về Mì Quảng.
Ồ, hôm qua em mới nằm mơ là em được ăn mì Quảng luôn á.
Dạ.
Ủa sao có tâm linh quá không ta? Có hơi tâm linh đúng không?
Nói nhanh quá, không hiểu. Hy vọng Mì Quảng của stew ngon nhất.
Ok.
Thôi đi.
Yes. Thơm quá.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll get a 10 today.
Wow. So good.
Do you like the egg?
Yes. Chuẩn lòng đào luôn. Rất là đồng đào. Mà đó giờ em ăn mì Quảng chưa có chỗ nào mà có trứng lòng đào. Cái này là biến tấu đúng không?
Hôm nay là lần đầu tiên.
Em xem thử nha. Béo quá. Đồ béo luôn. Béo lắm mọi người ơi. Nhưng mà cái này nó hơi thiếu. Nó hơi thiếu một xíu. Em biết thiếu gì không? Hương vị tình yêu của anh á.
That's where my Vietnamese
Thịt gà thì mình thấy là nó mềm. Cái này anh ninh bao lâu nhỉ?
Chắc là 40 phút.
40 phút?
Yeah.
Wow. Cái này thì em thấy là nó đã khá là vừa miệng rồi, nhưng mà tuy nhiên là do em ăn hơi nhạt á, nên em thấy là nó hơi đậm một xíu. Với lại nó còn bị thiếu một xíu mùi hương nữa. Có nghĩa là khi mà phần ướp thịt em nghĩ là chắc phải tăng thêm một xíu gia vị thì nó sẽ đẩy được cái hương vị của cái món mì Quảng lên đỉnh cao hơn. Còn ngoài ra thì em thấy mọi thứ rất là ok, thịt rất là vừa vặn, mềm.
What do you think this is out of 10?
Thì em nghĩ nhầm món này em sẽ cho khoảng 8 điểm.
It's a good score. Good enough. Not quite the 10, but we've got 4 more episodes left to get the 10.
Yeah. Thật sự thì lần đầu tiên mà em ăn món mì Quảng này là nó có thêm cái trứng lòng đào, em cũng khá là ngạc nhiên luôn. Tưởng là ăn không hợp nhưng mà lại hợp không tưởng á, rất là đặc biệt.
Please.
Okay.
Say cheese. Thank you for watching episode 4 of CGV's Season 2 Home Cooking. Bảo Bảo, what did you think of today's Mì Quảng?
Thực sự thì hôm nay em rất là vui và vinh hạnh khi mà được làm khách mời trong chương trình của ngày hôm nay. Và em cảm thấy là mọi thứ đều rất là tuyệt vời.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe and comment in the section below with what you think I should cook next week.
Mọi người nhớ đón xem chương trình Thích ăn ngon vào lúc 8 giờ tối vào thứ Bảy hàng tuần trên kênh YouTube của CGV. Bây giờ thì chắc tạm biệt mọi người, bye bye.
Bye.